Howdy, beautiful people. It's Spencer Wood, the real estate cowboy. As always, Mr. Chili, Mr. Stumper in the truck with us. We're out right now on Route 9. We got a beautiful 40-plus acre surveyed off-grid camp built in 2019 that we're going to check out today. As you can see here, we got a great looking gravel road, year-round access obviously here with the paved and maintained Route 9 that you're coming off of. We're in Washington County in the unorganized township of Township 24. We're looking at Plan 2, Lot 15, a surveyed 40.37 acre property. Like I said, built in 2019, pretty much a brand new camp, 16.5 by 35. Really awesome recreational spot out here. So as you're looking, this is the driveway and it's over 700 feet off of Route 9 here. You do hear a little bit of noise out back, but you got a lot of privacy and you got that big chain that goes across your road right there to keep everything nice, private, and to yourself out here. Super excited to check this one out. We're about an hour away from Bangor and the international airport, about an hour away from the ocean and the Machias area. So smack dab in the middle of nowhere, you got 40 acres of giddy up and let's do it. All right, so we're walking down the driveway to one of the starts of the main kind of walking trail, if you will. It pretty much goes through a majority of the 40 acres out here and winds up back at the camp. Stopped real quick. There's a small little unnamed like brook, kind of seasonal thing it looks like. A little bit of water in there moving through. But we will continue on up to the walking trail and check that out. All right, and unless you're paying attention, you wouldn't know. Secret walking trail, one of them starts right here. And as you start walking out here, you'll notice they got everything flagged. They've clipped all the branches and stuff. I mean, once you start walking, it's really easy. It's like a game trail. I mean, you just start walking and follow the path to loop-de-loop and other parts of the property. So if you just want to walk around with your dogs like we're doing right now, you got some great interior trails. You're not going to get whacked in the face with branches and stuff. Or if you're hunting out here, you could use these trails to quietly get into some stands. Or if you just want to go for a walk and exercise, maybe ride a bike, probably big enough for some single track mountain biking. And overall, on that note too, the lot is pretty flat, pretty much from Route 9 to the back of the property, pretty much flat, not a lot of topography, a couple little, things like this here and there. But overall, you got a pretty flat, usable piece of property with a lot of trails in it. Got that driveway over 700 feet off of Route 9 there. And again, a lot of recreational opportunity. All righty, beautiful people, welcome to your 2019 built 16.5 by 35 foot camp on stilts, essentially. We got a really awesome spot here. Like I said, a little over 700 feet off of Route 9. You still can hear the traffic out there. Some of it at least, probably more of the trucks and stuff like that. So you will have a little bit of that in the background, but honestly, it's not that bad. You're gonna be sitting on a little over 40 surveyed acres. It's really easy to see where your boundaries are. The sellers have actually done a great job of putting some trails, walking trails and stuff through the property for being able to explore every little nook and cranny of this spot. Before we get outside, before we get inside, I'll give you a little bit more info. We got a little shed over here for storage and things like that. We do have an outhouse over there. We got a 16.5 by 8 foot screened in room right here on the front of the camp. And again, this was all done in 2019. So rather new build. You can see that the roof's in great shape. Cedar shingles are in great shape. Everything's lifted up off the ground, sitting on pressure treated lumber and concrete piers. Another cool thing about this spot is it does have a certified and an inspected leach field. It's a slow flow or a low flow leach field, system for a greywater tank, really. So using your sink and stuff inside, there's a little leach field out here that has been approved by the state. So you got that going for it as well. And then over in the corner there, we got an outhouse that we'll get to before too long. So before I spill all the beans, let's jump inside and check this place out. All right, so let's check this spot out. Again, you got a 16.5-foot by 8-foot screened in porch area here. Awesome spot to entertain, to hang out, to drink some coffee or something else. And honestly, every Maine camp needs a nice screened in porch. It really just gives you a lot more time outside. You get to watch dogs and not be around bugs or anything like that. So really awesome to have this addition here. You can see, got the ceiling up. Everything is in great shape here. And this is actually a fun little off-grid ordeal. So this is a rainwater collection system. So there's some gutters on the sides of the roof over here that essentially filter all the rainwater into this big barrel. And this barrel has its own little filter system and stuff as well. And there's actually like a little overflow valve, and like you can use this. So if you wanted to collect some water and do your dishes or wash your hair or something like that, you got this on site. It's great to have. It's free, it's easy, and there's really no maintenance to it at all. So really great addition to have here at camp, as we say. You got your firewood right here as well, making things super easy. Alrighty, welcome to the interior of camp. This is gonna be obviously your main living space, your living room, your kitchen over here. You got your nice wood stove that's gonna smoke you right out in the wintertime. Everything is insulated, super well done and efficient in here. So for those of you that wanna come out and explore more time in the winter, you can come out here and be as cozy as a bug in a rug, as they say. A lot of big windows in the place, giving you a lot of the natural light, because there are no lights in here, neither gas nor electric. So you won't find any of those. You'll have to bring them in and run some of these battery packs and stuff like that, which actually run the fridge over there. So you can use battery, you could do solar, things of that nature. They do have a little solar setup on the roof, but right now you got a really efficient, comfortable, well-lit camp to deal with. And this is honestly one of my favorite parts over here, is this little kitchen nook. You got these really beautiful cabinets, big glass doors, nice big countertop, so you can feast out when everybody's up here at camp, or maybe you get lucky during deer season or something like that. And then again, you got your nice big sink in here, which has that low flow leach field system outside that the gray water and stuff will go into. And again, that's permitted as well. A couple other things about the area. Again, we're in Township 24, which is an unorganized township in Washington County. We got 40.37 surveyed acres, and we got annual property taxes of about $460 a year. All but 2 acres of the property is in open space, which is essentially a tax program that reduces the taxes, which gets you that $460 a year. So it's really convenient, helps out, and you got 2 acres taken out, which is where the camp is. And you got more space if you wanted to clear and put more field and stuff like that. You could do that out here as well. Over here, nice big storage area. Do whatever you want with it. And then essentially this door here will bring you into, let me take my shoes off because this is the nice part. This is where the carpet is. Welcome to, we'll call it your master camp suite. So you got I believe it's a queen size bed in here. You can walk around, you got 2 big windows, everything in here. Windows in the camp all have screens in them for the most part. I think that one, no, that one does. So all of them have screens, so you can open these up, air it right out. And then over here, another rollout window with a screen, big walk-in closet here. It's not finished. You could finish it off if you want, or if you want it to be a camp closet, you leave it as it is, but plenty of storage for linens and towels and other things in there if you want. And again, carpeted floor, really nice and comfortable in here. Can't complain at all. I could definitely take a couple nice snoozes. And then over here in this other room, so you do have a pocket door here. So you got a little pocket door that slides open and essentially comes into your carpeted bunk room here. So the Sellers had, grandkids that they were keeping out here and entertaining and showing how to enjoy the great woods of Maine. And this was where they were crashing at night. So probably about twin bed size. I think I could fit on there. I could probably fit on there. I'm not going to do it just in case, but perfect little spot. Easy for bodies to go to sleep in here and get comfortable in the wintertime. And then another fun little deal. This is actually a little pull-out couch as well. So They have it elevated right now just because it's super convenient to sit down and enjoy camp, but this does pull out into a bed. And while I'm sitting here and while I'm comfortable, I'll give you guys the rest of the details. So we're looking at an asking price of $148,500. And again, property taxes, annual property taxes are $460 a year. Township 24, unorganized territory here in between Bangor and the coast. And really an awesome place to recreate and to kind of get away from it all. And also be about an hour or so away from an international airport. So really cool to be out here, pretty much smack dab in the middle of nowhere, as they like to say, but feels really cozy, comfortable, warm in here. The sellers did an absolutely great job building this out. And again, built in 2019, so awesome little spot. And that's pretty much the interior of camp. I don't think I'm missing anything. We got tall ceilings, you know, some exposed beam up there, probably about 12, 13 feet tall, it looks like at the peak there. But love the screened-in porch, the rainwater collection. You got a sink, you got the cabinets, you got the fridge, you got a battery pack, a lot of natural light. The 2 bedrooms, I mean, hard to beat. So that's that. We'll get on the outside, do a little loop-de-loop around the outside, look underneath, and then we'll check out some of the trails that they've made and get back to you guys in a little bit. All right, so you saw the interior of camp. I think I've shown you a little bit of the outside here. I was gonna go over to the shed and show you that, but I might as well spend a little bit more time here. You got this beautiful cedar shingle on the sides here. You can you can tell it's barely even been weathered. So everything here has been doing really great since 2019. Lot of extra room underneath here, canoes, kayaks, extra, you know, gear, things, ladders, material, all that you can toss underneath here and have another little free storage spot without a lot of effort to it. And over on the back side here, you can see this low flow leach field system that they have for that gray water coming out of the sink upstairs as well. And that goes right out back here into that little permitted leach field system that you can see essentially right over here. So that's really nice to have. If you wanted to, I'm sure you could build out a little bit more. You wanted a little bit more of a shower, something of that nature, you could do it. And again, you got these beautiful, you know, these actually almost look like composite shingles rather than natural. So I'll have to double check on that, but really nice shingle siding here. Again, you got the big windows. Here's your rainwater collection system above me as well. So you can see how the gutter system up here on the main part of the house goes over here on top of the screen room and then filters into our big barrel here. And then if you want, you can come out here and you can scrub it up, dub your hair and take a little bit of an outdoor shower in that sense. And yeah, kind of live that lifestyle, if you will. Whoa, we ate something that we didn't like. And while he's doing that, we'll walk around back front. Let's go check that shed out. We'll show you the outhouse. We got a dug well to explore, and then we'll check out some of the interior of the land and some of the trails around here. So we're back over here. We're finally gonna check out this shed. Honestly, perfect size. Like the rest of the cabin, everything's super well done. 2 nice windows in here. This one's covered up just to kind of keep things a little bit more security, I guess. Again, looking at some shelving, looking at a little wood shop, and yeah, pretty much it. I mean, take advantage of it, do what you want. Could be a little garden shed, could be a little wood shed, gear shed, whatever. But really nice just to have it on the property here, so why not take advantage of it? I got the keys to the throne. Follow me over to where some of the action happens. And we got an outhouse. And you know it's a nice one when it's locked up. And you got these big stones here. Let me unlock her. And bang. You got a vented, nice, white, painted, ready to go, feels clean, comfortable. Anybody from the city or beyond would feel just fine out here, I'd say. And it's kind of like the rest of the property. Everything was very well done, thoughtful. Everything's clean, well kept. there's no complaints out here at all. So unless you guys need to see more, I'll go ahead and close this up. We'll go check out that dug well, and then we'll get into the woods. All right, so we're just off the driveway. I'm looking at the roof of the camp. We got a very nice tile dug well here. Sellers tell me, and I looked inside the cap here, there is plenty of water, a lot of water in here. They said that it is a little cloudy, so you would have to come up with a filtration system. There are a lot of them out there. You could check Amazon. There's off-grid filtration systems that will filter water and stuff like this, make it drinkable, usable, whatever you want. So your hard work is done. The well is here. There's water in it. I took the cap off. There's plenty of water down there. You would need to get a filtration system. And if you wanted, you could hook up a little pump and a generator, something like that, and run water, have running water and a shower and stuff like that in the camp if you wanted. Really cool. It's all here, all the off-grid amenities that you could need. So there's that. Now let's head back down the driveway and we'll check out some of the trails and get into the interior of this thing. So we're still continuing our journey back towards Route 9 here, and you're gonna notice your first little trail here is gonna be a little kind of gravel, four-wheeling, trail that they've been putting in, slowly taking some gravel, spreading it out here, making a fun little cart path, for a four-wheeler, side-by-side, even a golf cart, bicycle, really whatever. So they did a bunch of little things like this. All the trails are really super well marked as well. So the little hiking trails that they have going through the property, a lot of them have orange flagging and stuff like that. So you won't get too turned around out here. And again, it is surveyed, so you'll be able to see your boundaries. They're well marked. The left side there was logged. You can see where the neighbor's property was. And yeah, I mean, what we're looking at interior wise, there's actually a lot of hardwood out here. There's a lot of oak, a lot of maple, pretty young. You're still probably 15 years, maybe a little bit more, closer to the 20 mark away from having more of a mature hardwood forest out here. But there are some big spruce and hemlock, a couple pine that are standing tall, but I wouldn't call it a big mature forest yet. But it definitely has the potential to have some pretty cool hardwood groves out here. And on that note, you're gonna have a lot of deer, a lot of moose. The sellers have some phenomenal video and picture of moose walking right by the camp on their game cameras and stuff. I mean, big bull moose, a lot of deer sign out here. Great place to recreate and hunt. You can also, the side-by-side trails, things like that. The Down East Sunrise Trail is right down the road. You could ride right from the property and get to it. So this is gonna be a recreational mecca for somebody who ever wants to take advantage of it. And again, year-round access, drive right to it, good cell phone service. As always, we appreciate everybody's support. Please like, comment, subscribe. We do this for you guys. Hopefully it helps everybody at home make some decisions up here on beautiful properties in Maine. And what we'll do now is we're gonna kind of walk off here. We're gonna keep walking through the interior of this 40 acres, jump onto some of the hiking trails that they have, and then we'll kind of tie things back in, probably back up at Route 9 and say our goodbyes up there. All right, so we just popped on to one of the walking trails here on the property. The sellers did a really great job of putting in a lot of nice walking trails. The branches are clipped, you're not getting hit in the face with anything. And all of them are actually really well marked. So they got orange flagging on a lot of the trees, and it feels like a game trail, honestly. Like you can just see that there's a beaten down path with no branches or anything in the way. So if you wanted to take an evening or a morning walk with your dogs or something like that, or if you just wanted to walk and have a phone call because there's enough cell phone service, you can do that. You could probably even do some single track mountain biking out here, to be honest. These seem like wide enough trails, and they go through pretty much the entire 40 acres. So you can really take advantage of every opportunity. If you're hunting out here, you can kind of creep along these trails and get into some of your stands or zones that you're looking to get into, and just have a lot more fun on every inch of your property, instead of wondering, what that back corner looks like. You already got a trail put into place here. What we'll do is we'll keep walking this trail. We'll maybe show a couple other things, but we're gonna wind up back on the driveway, and then we'll kind of do a little end cap there at the top of the driveway again. Okay, beautiful people, we hope you enjoyed your tour today of Plan 2, Lot 15 down here in Washington County in the unorganized township of Township 24. We are right off of the paved and year-round maintained Route 9, aka the Airline Road. So you're gonna have year-round access. You got a nice big chain across your road here for privacy. You got over 700 feet of driveway from Route 9 going back to your camp, built in 2019 with those beautiful cedar shingles. 16.5 by 35 is the camp size. You got that 16.5 by about 8-foot screened in room. You got your shed, the outhouse, rainwater collection, the entire nine. Really awesome setup with those interior trails, walking trails as well. A lot of animals and game out here. Four-wheeling, ATVing is abundant down here in this area. We got an asking price of $148,500. Annual property taxes of $460 a year, and you know what to do. Give me a call and let's get this one going. Giddy up.